Hey, hello, you're stuck in trouble with Wolf Gorlick. A few minutes riffing on IT and IT security. Today, looking at WiPro and what criminals want. Before I get to WiPro, spoiler alert, WiPro was hacked. So if you didn't know about that, you might want to pause and go read an article on that. But before I get to that, my wife's car was broken into. My wife's car, she left it open, and criminals broke into it. And they took a whole bunch of things. What did they take? They took all her parking change. They took a Ulta bag and a shirt from Torrid. So if you're the type of shops at Ulta and Torrid, you know the kind of impact that can have. What was curious was what they didn't take. They didn't damage the car. There was a checkbook in the car, which was not taken. There were other items of value in the car which were not taken. So that gives me some sort of idea of what the criminal was, right? What was on their mind? Who could it have been who would have stolen makeup and change and left other valuables? Similarly, WiPro was attacked, and the tip for you was, before I get to what would happen with WiPro, is you need to pay attention to what the criminals actually want and build our defenses around that. So oftentimes, we think about the worst case scenario, or we think about the nation state, or we think about, the Mission Impossible attacks, when what the criminals want is not that. And in WiPro's case, criminals break into WiPro. They phish folks, they get a hold of the credentials of these folks in WiPro, and of course WiPro is an outsourced IT company, so that means they've got access to a whole bunch of clients, and from that vantage point of a company that has trusted connections, they go ahead and attack the clients who have trusted WiPro with their IT. This is a very messy attack. But what do they ultimately steal? They didn't steal intellectual property, right? They left that. They didn't steal a whole bunch of financial banking information, which would have required some sophistication. They left the checkbook on the front seat of the car, as it were. They stole simple records that they could get their hands on quickly, right? Mainly PCI records, from what I'm hearing. So they steal things that are very quick. They scoop up all the change out of the console and they run for it. Oftentimes when we read about break-ins and things like this, you'll hear something similar. They broke into the house and they swiped all the jewelry into a bag and they ran out the door, not realizing that the painting on the wall was a Picasso and probably worth quite a bit more than whatever jewelry you swiped off the counter. This is kind of like quintessential criminal behavior. And why this is important is knowing where the criminals are going to go should drive some of our security behavior. If we spent a whole bunch of time guarding that Picasso, we spent a whole bunch of time protecting that checkbook, within the car, if we spent a whole bunch of time doing things to protect intellectual property and whatnot, not to say we shouldn't protect intellectual property, but if we spent a whole bunch of time on that and neglected these other areas, these common areas that the criminals will go after, we'll have the controls in the wrong place. Knowing the criminal mindset and knowing where to put controls in place allows us to prioritize and have a better chance of defending and hopefully have a more cost-effective and an efficient security program. Press a motorcycle with lots of noise. So what do you think? Where are criminals going? Where should we spend our time and our efforts? Were you swept up in the WiPro attack? Hit me up in comments, social media. Cheers.